Gabrielle Steele. This is Gabrielle's 4 to 6 minutes Pathways Leadership Development Icebreaker Speech. Gabrielle 2.0. Gabrielle had a far from normal childhood growing up on a farm in central Illinois. She now spends her time riding bikes with her friends and kids, shoots hoops, plays board games, or regularly goes on other adventures with her two sons, aged 14 and 12. She somehow finds the time each week to work at PPD as a project manager in the IT department. Much like the outdated system she helps replace at PPD, she spent her early 20s rewriting her personal coding and launched a truer version of herself, Gabrielle 2.0. Please welcome Gabrielle Steele.
My cycling friend passed away recently. In a word, he was genuine. He genuinely cared about you. He was always 100% Mitch. What you saw was what you got. He embodied everything I've spent my adult life working to be. You see, I spent the first 23 years of my life in an apocalyptic doomsday cult. Apocalyptic cults are kind of like Fight Club. You don't talk about them. The second rule, followed closely, is you don't participate in, you don't think about, you don't learn about, you don't care about anything or anyone that's not part of your cult. The cherry on top of my cult Sunday, in addition, was that my parents were authoritarian and emotionally disconnected. The best way for me to paint the first 23 years of my life for you is if you got up every morning, you opened up your closet, and all you had to wear were Halloween costumes. Nothing was you. You put on your church cult costume, you put on your going to school costume, going to work costume, your daughter costume, but nothing was genuinely you. I left that life behind and I reinvented myself in my early 20s. And when I thought about what I wanted to share today with you about myself, facts, names, locations, they all felt a little bit like I was zipping on another costume. It wasn't genuine me, it wasn't true to the authentic Gabrielle 2.0 that I've tried to launch into the world. So in the spirit of Mitch, what I'd like to do today is share some anecdotes about myself that maybe, hopefully are entertaining, but give you a little glimpse into who I am today, which is, I think we should spend a lot more time trying to have fun, stop caring about what other people think about you, and to try to find things that make you happy. Here goes. In my house, there are very few rules. But recently, I vetoed my husband's veto and entered one into the logbooks. And it goes like this. Anyone who uses our 1970s rooster and hen salt and pepper shaker must make the corresponding animal noise. Cock-a-doodle-doo! It is a rule. I was plucked out of the audience in New York City to participate in a impromptu lip sync audience lip sync contest. Wigs provided. Now my friends will tell you that I stormed the stage shoving people aside. That's because they're dirty, jealous liars. You can call it what you want, they can call it what they want. I call it plucked from the audience to perform in New York City on stage. Gabrielle 2.0 has very difficult time engaging the filter between her brain and her mouth. And recently a coworker was telling me that no one in her house gets to relax until the place is clean. And I said, that sounds horrible. Because in my house, you often find us outside on our bicycles, walking around the neighborhood, having fun while dirty dishes stack up and the floors remain unscrubbed. Everything that comes into my house gets named. Buffy McFluffy Bud is our dog. My car is Starbuck. The cement turtle in our garden is Scrappy. And we just recently named our bearded dragon Elliot from Pete's Dragon. I don't know if you know it, but I do because I have endless lyrics bouncing around in my head. And if I've heard a song twice, I can generally remember the chunk of it. So I thought it would be funny to name him Elliot, so when I clean his cage and the glass, I can sing the little song when they clean the lighthouse, that it's a frazzle dazzle day. Anyway, speaking of songs, well, going back to that, with the song lyrics, I can remember song lyrics, but I probably won't remember any of y'all's names. Sometimes I won't even remember your faces. And I wish that we could go through life with these name tags on. Fantastic. And speaking of songs, my favorite movie of all time is The Wizard of Oz. Of all time. Now, you can tell me your wrong opinions about how another movie is better, but you will not top 90 minutes of two women fighting over a pair of shoes with songs. Anyway, that is a little glimpse into me. I only have so much time today. But I hope that in not wearing a costume today and being genuine, I've widened that gulf between the first 23 years of my life and how I am today, and that I've taken one more step down that path on my journey of being more like Mitch.